Cool. So today we're going to have a look at MailChimp. And this is an online marketing tool that let you send beautiful designed emails to your clients. It's not only for emails, but it started up with email marketing. It is free, and I'll share the pricing and we'll share a link with you as well at a later stage today. It's free up to 500 contacts. Now, you may have more, but I think 500 is quite generous. But while there are some limitations on the online, on the free templates, because you need to design that campaign or email introduction that you want to share with your contacts or your clients. There are different templates on that, but they are not all for free, even though the 500 is for free. People, you can send it out to clients, potential clients. But then you can easily create your own design in Sway. That is this afternoon. So it's been put together on purpose. But forget about Sway for that. Canva is your answer. So what you'll do is you'll design whatever you want to communicate in Canva and then save it as an image and import it into your MailChimp, which I will show you. So what we have in MailChimp is we have contacts on the one hand, and we have the design that we want to send out to communicate like a brochure on the other hand. So those of you who are familiar with Mail Merge in Microsoft Word, it's a similar concept. So you take your contacts, which is referred to as your audience in MailChimp, you take your design, you merge the two, and you send emails out, and each email will go out individually to, let's say, all 500 of the recipients, and it will make it look like it's a personal message rather than a mass email. So before I carry on my presentation to explore all the essentials of MailChimp, as I always do, so that you can always go and refer to it afterwards. Let me just first show you what a campaign looks like, what an already sent out a MailChimp look like. So let me stop my presentation. I'm still sharing, just double checking on this. Here it is. Here is MailChimp. It's an online tool, so you can only use it when you're online. You can use any browser for that, and we'll share links with you shortly. So when I introduced in August 2023, can you believe this, nearly 2 years ago, we introduced, or let's say ChatGPT hit South Africa. And actually May already, but then in August, I decided to run a couple of free master classes because I found at that point in time that a couple of my clients, but most importantly, many of my friends didn't know what ChatGPT was all about. And that to me was just unacceptable. So I thought, you know what, let me help them because I don't want to be friends with people who don't use ChatGPT, tongue in the cheek. And I ran master classes for free just to introduce that to them. So what I've done is I've designed all of this in Canva, believe you me, because MailChimp has its designs, but there are limitations. So I designed each of these blocks, if I can call it that, and I imported it into MailChimp because I can't send out mass emails in Canva. So Canva has its place, MailChimp has its place. Even though you can design in MailChimp, I found it better to design in Canva, and that we will do tomorrow. Now, I took my 500 people that I wanted to invite because it's a free option, and I sent out this design, and that is what it will look like in the end, or what it looked like in the end. Look at this. Look at this. So they can read through it. It's quite, I think, nicely designed, I hope. There's a couple of comments that I got from previous clients that attended and friends that attended. So this is like a whole write-up, and you have your action button, which MailChimp is excellent with, that you can people can click on to book. But before I carry on in this, let's go back to a little bit of theory and lay out on what MailChimp is all about, apart from being an all-in-one marketing platform. Okay. So it can send out email campaigns that are already discussed with you. It can create automated emails, like, for example, if you have a birthday coming up for all your clients, it can send that out. We will concentrate today on the email marketing campaign. You can build and manage mailing lists with your contacts that you have. You can create landing pages. For example, if you have a website or you don't have a website, you can just go to MailChimp, design a landing page if you're interested in maybe just one page with your which you can send out to people as your website. So just one page introducing yourself, showing you what type of people, what type of services you render, and MailChimp can even do that for you, and you can share it with up to 500 people. That's sending out the email. The link as such can be as many people as you like, but then you will share it in another way, not through MailChimp. So you can do both. You can even create, because MailChimp has expanded like you won't believe. It started off as the mail email campaign service. So you can also create sign-up forms in MailChimp. You can, oh, this is a lovely one. You can analyze your campaign performance. So once it's sent out, it can show you, like in YouTube, like on Facebook, how many people it landed in their inboxes, because many will land up in their spam. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. How many people opened the email, even though it was in their inbox, they can just delete it. And how many people clicked on your action buttons, if you have any, like I just showed you, to click here to make a booking. So it gives you that analytics as well. That's what MailChimp also do for you. You can set up basic websites, as I've mentioned, more like a landing page. There are so many other programs and apps that you can use for websites. Personally, I won't use MailChimp, but it's for free up to a point, of course, as anything is. Then you can use that as well. And you can even brand new, not brand new, but fairly new, you can set up e-commerce stores in MailChimp. But that, you can imagine, will not be for free. We'll share the pricing with you in a moment. Cool. So MailChimp consists of templates, blank templates with a couple of options, or templates. Not many of the templates are for free. Templates, as you know it, like I showed you yesterday in PowerPoint. And it's all about drag and drop. So you can build and drag and drop pretty much. It nowadays looks pretty much like WordPress. WordPress is a program or app in which you design websites. It's quite a popular program, and it's totally for free. And it's also drag and drop and building blocks that it has. It has ready-made templates, as I mentioned. You don't need any coding, like Java or any other coding. You can just drag and drop in your editor, and I'll show you now how to do it. You can add images, buttons, social media icons. Lovely, a couple of options there. And it is mobile friendly, as is Sway and as is Canva as well. So you can go and look at what will it look like when people open that particular design sent to them on their mobile device, like their cell phone or their tablet. This is what the main page looks like, the MailChimp landing page. So you will have, of course, a home. Here are your campaigns. So once you have your clients, your customers, your audience, it's called in MailChimp, and your design, and you merge the two and you send it out, it is known as a campaign. You can have automatizations. I'll explain a couple of them as well. You can have forms, but you have the Microsoft 365 package if you have it. You have the forms there that we discussed last week. I would strongly recommend that you use that, but the choice is yours. There is your audience with all your, there it is again. The analytics that I've mentioned here, you can create websites, you can create content. So everything that you pull in, all the text, all the graphics, all your logos, all your pictures that you want to use, everything can be stored in your contents library. Cool. So when you hit home, you will be able to create an email, and you will be able to either add or import your contacts. Now, you know how it is. We already have a list of contacts. In any database, definitely maybe in Outlook, we have all our contacts listed there, all our clients. Most probably also if you use Sage Accounting or any other accounting program, you will also have all your clients listed there with their telephone numbers and everything. You can export from both and import it here. You do not have to add. We don't have time to waste. So rather go and make use of the import-export function in wherever your database is. Right. So now let's go and look at MailChimp. Paulina, you can please share this link where they can sign up for MailChimp. Sign up is totally free. So over here, and you even have a free trial. We never had a free trial before, but lately we have a free trial. So you can either log in if you already have your account, you can start a free trial over there, or you can start a free trial over here. And once you log in, so this is, you also get a 14-day free, and then after that, a 15% discount on the subscription. So let me go and show you. Let me just get this out of the way. Let me go and show you the pricing. So the pricing for 10,000 contacts is 550 per month. I know, it sounds rough and tough, but let's rather move here. So up to 500 contacts is totally free, as mentioned, and you can have one set of audience. What it means is you may have your, let's say, a list of entrepreneurs, a list of corporates, a list of startup businesses. So if you have those three databases, for example, you either need to merge it and import it as one set in your free option, because that's what it means by one audience, and also only one seat means only one person or one login set of details can be used. With the others, you have either the premium or the standard, which they recommend is a best value option. And here you can see all the differences. Paulina, there's also a link about that if I'm not mistaken. And here 5 people can work on it too in the same time. Here you can have 3 people working on it in the essential package, but I would strongly recommend start with the free package first. Play around, join our training later. There are so many YouTubes where you can just look at the date, please, because some of them can be outdated. And the programs get updated all the time, as you know. It's just the way it is. I mean, how many times does Facebook change and people complain, oh my goodness, I don't know my way around the new Facebook. And in a year's time, they say, oh no, I'm so used to this. I can't find my way around in the new one. Luckily, MailChimp doesn't change that rapidly, or didn't change over the years. I've been using MailChimp for, I think it's 20 years now. Such a reliable email marketing tool. Such a reliable tool. There are many others. I didn't even start mentioning some of them. I usually do that. But honestly, this is an absolute winner. And it's for free for 500. Okay, you can go and look at the link we sent out to you. If not, please just pop in the mail. Then in the chat, I mean, then I can share it with you if we did not share it yet. Okay, but let's go. Okay, let me leave that open rather. There you go. So once you've signed in and signed up, there you go. Once you've signed in or signed up for the free trial, this will be then your page that you will can get started with. Right. So on the left-hand side, there's a create. And over here are your campaigns, the automation, sending out birthday messages automatically. This is not the topic for today. There are the forms that I've mentioned. Maybe if we have time allow, we can look at that. And here is your audience. So this is where you will start. You can add contacts. I only have 2 at the moment that I want to play around with. You can add contacts by adding a single contact, one at a time, which I will show you, or you can import contacts, which you can, as I've mentioned a couple of times, from any database that you have. So once you add a single contact, of course, it's required. You have to put in your email address. So let me try and type this as quick as possible. I'm not good with, I usually copy and paste. Okay, so that's my Gmail address. You can enter the street address. I mean, nowadays with the POPI Act, there are so many things that you can and cannot do. If you want to send out an automated setup first, automated birthday message, then this is then you have to put in the birthday of that person, the birth date of that person. Now, we all used to sometime wishing us a happy birthday. I mean, goodness me. I don't know how you feel about that, but really, that is an automated message. So consider carefully whether you want to do that. I would rather do it in person, but I mean, it's not always possible. Now, POPI Act. You have to confirm that this person gave you permission to use their email address. Important. Otherwise, MailChimp won't allow that address. If the person is already in the audience, update their profile. So this is a way of a couple of how you can make sure that you don't have duplications, because I mean, people don't want to get more than one email sent to them. So if Caroline Botha with that email address, carolinebotha@gmail.com is already in, just update her details. But that one is not in, although I'm going to say add person. So you don't have to do the address, you don't have to do the telephone number. You can do the name and the surname and the email address. You have to, because this is an email marketing tool. This is what it's about. So let's go back to all the contacts, and you'll notice that particular email address or contact is now added to my audience. There's also an audience dashboard, which can show you some, pardon me, that can show you some records that you already have. You have a new contact. It will show you all where people are coming from. Of course, that is an upgraded version. You can imagine you can't have everything for free. So you need to upgrade for that, but you can do quite a lot with the free version. So there's a dashboard as well. Tagging and all of those we'll handle in the training. We're just going to look at the very, very basics today. Right. So now I have my list of contacts, either imported or entered one at a time, which is very time consuming, or updated. So if you go to audience and you go to all contacts and you want to update this contact, you just select Oops, now they've selected all of them. You select that contact, or you can just click on the contact and you can go and update whatever needs to be updated. It even shows you this is the date that this contact has been added, which I think is very, very handy, as well as that it's been added manually, quite interesting. And you can have insights on this client, how many times they've opened your email and how many times they've clicked on the action buttons, because there's a difference. They can just open and read it, but they don't respond on it. So the sale doesn't go through, or whatever you plan to do with your with your um, with your campaign. You can also specify the gender. There are so many things that you can add, but we're not going to work on that. You can even, in MailChimp, although it's a mass mail platform, you can even send an individual message to the person at this point in time from MailChimp with something designed or whatever you have in mind. There are different, you can remove it, different actions that you can do. You can unsubscribe. So at the bottom, and I'll show you a little bit later, at the bottom of your, which I just call a campaign, the design that you want to send out, at the bottom you'll find there's an opt-out or an unsubscribe. That is compulsory. Don't remove it. MailChimp has it built in for you. So luckily for that, so people can click on that unsubscribe, and I'll show you as well. And then it will immediately, you don't have to do anything. MailChimp will then unsubscribe them. But I do get it from time to time that people really don't want to get the mail. I mean, that happens. And that even though they gave their consent or they a client of yours, these particular type of mails they don't want to get. And that's okay. So then they don't even look for the unsubscribe at the bottom. People nowadays know that that is what they have to do, but they don't look for it, and they send you an email or a WhatsApp and please unsubscribe me from the list, or I don't want to be part of this. Then you have to come to MailChimp, go to that particular client or customer and go to actions, and then you can unsubscribe them here. You can also add them as a VIP, so their mails they will receive their mails first, so they will be put on top of the list. I don't know how important that is. Or you can just as well remove them here. Now with the remove, that's quite an interesting option to have, because remember, you only have 500 for the free on the free package, in the free plan. So when you remove, it will make space for someone new here. As where you unsubscribe, it still counts as one of the 500 contacts that you have for free. Cool. And that's a good way to start. Definitely a good way to start. Okay, I think that's more or less about enough about the audience and the contacts. We all know how the contacts work in regarding email address, telephone number, and so on, and what you can use and what you can't use with the POPI Act. That's quite clear. That is quite clear. All right, so let's go back and let's start and create our email. Let's create this wonderful email, the one I showed you right at the beginning, something similar. I'm just going to play around and show you some of the, what we call building blocks, right? So over here, you have your, oh no, first of all, it's going to ask you, MailChimp's going to ask you, you want to start from totally fresh, blank, you can do that. Or you want to start from a basic layout, you can do that as well. Or do you want to start with a fully designed template? Now, the templates are not all for free. So let's have a look at that. I'll just show you quite nice templates that they have. Quite nice ones. Look at that. If you want to invite people to a birthday party or advertise some Easter week specials, or send them a happy Easter. Let's see some more here. A welcome message to all the new clients or customers that you have. So there's a couple, or you want to say thank you, maybe year-end thank you that you want to send out. There's a couple of them, or thank people for their um, understanding while you have a power outlet for like we're having in Stellenbosch for the whole day. So I am as nervous as anything sitting here in front of you that my laptop is going to last, that my UPS power backup is going to last. So let's just see. I don't know about 2 o'clock this afternoon, but we'll take it as we go. So there are 26 templates, as you can see over there, and you can select from different industries if you that makes your list a bit shorter. 226, I don't know what I've said. 226 is quite a lot, but many of them are not for free. But don't fear. Tomorrow, you're going to design your own in Canva and import it in MailChimp. So nothing to worry about there. So let's go back. Let's just go back here and let's choose the basic layout. Now the basic layout will already have also not many for free, but look at that, 2 lines already, 2 rows already for free. There you have to upgrade to use. This one is all about a survey that you plan to do with most probably a form. This one is a SMS type of message that you want to send out. Here you want to sell some products, but that is not for free. This is mainly a gallery of pictures, maybe new products that you want to introduce. And these are, this is a minimalistic option. So let's choose that. Let's apply it. Let's see what it looks like. And then I'll take you to the blank one. But you can imagine the blank one is really, really going to be totally, totally blank. Okay, so for some or the other reason, you see, it's the branding. It even caters for the branding. And I'm using the free one at this point in time. So it even caters for that where you can upload your logo, but I'll even show you how to do that. So these are all the building blocks on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side are the building blocks that you can choose from. So these building blocks are part of this particular design that we have. Now, let's just go, before we do anything, let's just go and preview this. So on the top right-hand side, you can preview as you go along, as you build this email campaign that you want to send out, or the design, the message that you want to bring across. And this is what it will look like. Ignore the stuff on the right-hand side, please. Here it is. So it has it has an option where you can browse this email, view this email in your browser, which means they will get all your audience, all the contacts will get this email in their inbox because it's an email campaign. They might not be able to see um, all the pictures, all the images, depending on how the email program is set. For example, in Outlook, and I will show you that when we do Outlook, I think it's next week, not too sure at the moment. I'll show you where to set that your images doesn't show. But if the image shows automatically, maybe it's turned off because it takes up a lot of bandwidth. So it uses data. Mainly at companies or businesses, it's not switched on for that reason. Or the other reason is they don't know where to switch it off or on. That can also be a reason for that. So if people can't see all the images, you can refer them right at the top of the message that they can view this in the browser, and in the browser like Edge or Chrome or wherever, that images will definitely then show. So at least you have a backup plan there if they can't show it here. So at this point in time, this is a text block. I did not put in a image yet. This is my action button, which I can set that when people click there, that it opens something or goes somewhere, especially a form or a place where they can book a webinar or a masterclass, or book a session with you, or book a demonstration, whatever it is. This is what we call a call to action. You want call to actions many times, maybe not only once, in your campaign, so that people can respond, because you want to persuade people to sign up, to join, to buy, whatever it is you want, the message that you want to bring across. Now look at this. Right at the bottom, automatically built in, is the following. It says copyright. I hope it's not too small. I really don't know for now how to, there's no way to maximize this unless I zoom in on my browser. But I'm sure you can see you all on a screen. Remember yesterday we spoke about in PowerPoint, make sure the text is not too small, because you want people at the back of the room or the venue to also see what you're saying. But nowadays, when we do the online stuff, it's not that much of a deal anymore. Okay, Paulina, can you please just mute someone there, please? Guys, if you have questions, put it in the chats. We can always, I think today at least, we will have time to ask questions. And if you have questions about some other apps that we've already dealt with, or some that's coming, you are also more than welcome to ask. I'm sure today we will get around that. Right. So it's the copyright. It's your business name that you've entered when you signed up. It says here, you're receiving this email because you opted in via our website. You have to go change that. You can change it to because you're an existing client of ours, or because you visited our exhibition on the 26th of March. So tell people why they are part of this. What happens to me is when I browse around and I look for things or information and I sign up and I just want to read about it, because many times you can't download or enter any further if you don't put in your email address. And this is one way of getting your email address, your contact, and it's going to be put into, for example, MailChimp in our case. And then about 2, 3 months later, I can't remember that I've ever signed up for this. And I'm quite furious and I unsubscribe, and even more furious if there's not an unsubscribe button, because that's illegal, definitely. So then at least if I have a option there to read why, or to see why did I sign up, when did I sign up, how did it happen, it helps a great deal. Our mailing address is this, so it will also prompt you when you sign up to put in exactly where you're coming from, and then this MailChimp logo will be there if you use the free plan. But I think it's quite okay to have it there. It will also encourage other people to make use of the program. And it says here, want to change how you receive these emails? They can go and update their preferences, or they can just totally unsubscribe. That message goes straight to MailChimp, and MailChimp will unsubscribe them on your behalf. You can go to your audience dashboard from time to time and just check out who has unsubscribed. But as far as I remember, you also get an email informing you that, pardon me, that people has unsubscribed from your list, which is not a nice email to get, but it happens. Now look at this. While you're busy previewing this campaign of yours, you can preview it in a desktop mode, as we're doing at the moment, and you can also preview it in a mobile mode. So you can see MailChimp is totally geared. It takes everything and it make it visible automatically for your mobile people. So many, or customers or clients, so many people look at their campaigns and look at so many things on their mobile devices. So it has to be mobile ready, as we call it. You can even send a test email to yourself or to anybody. You'll notice here you can put in an email address. You can maybe send it to a friend or a colleague and ask them to open, see what it looks like. Maybe it looks a little bit different on your side. It shouldn't though, but you'll never know. If you're serious about this message that you want to bring across, test it. Keep on testing it until you send it out. So let's close the preview. There you have an option as well to go and send a test. You also have an undo and a redo over here, which is very convenient. If you add a dragged and dropped a block that you don't want, you can go and change it. And even here, you have the option to look at the mobile version as well as the other version. Okay, so I don't need two logos over here. I prefer, let's say, to have my logo at the bottom. So I just click on this building block and I go and remove the block over here on the right hand side. There's also an option if you've created a block and you like it and you want to repeat it and you want to maybe just change some wording in it, you can go to and duplicate this block, and over here you can move it. So you can move it up and down. You can change your mind as many times as you like in this building phase that you are in. So I'm just going to remove that. This is my text, which I can remove if I like, and this is the image block. So you just have to click on the block and then you can remove that block as well. And I'm also going to remove this. And oh yeah, and you can add social media, but we'll look at that. You can add your Facebook link and your Instagram link and whatever else goes with that. So at this point in time, what I have is I have my logo, which is sort of part of the whole design automatically. And I don't know why it was on top. I really don't know. And you have this block by default, which is compulsory. You must have it. And at least you're safe. So this is pretty much what you get when you choose the blank option. Remember when we started, we had blank and, can't remember some ideas, I think it was, and then templates. So this is pretty much what you get when you start with the blank one. So on the left-hand side, you can decide, now, what do I want at the top of my campaign? So let me just go back quick here and show you. This was my campaign. So this campaign of mine consists of images, images, images. So this is one image I designed in Canva. You can design it here. And I've just uploaded it to MailChimp. And I'll show you how to do that. What I have over here is I have two images that I've created that, okay, this is quite a lot and quite a couple of blocks can consist of. It's something that I send out on the app of Clinic with Purpose, where we advertise or where we share data or information or whatever. And this is all about a freebie. It's a little bit um, uh, involved, a lot of information. That's what I'm trying to say. But this is just to get people to go and visit the online shop. So I can take this image that I've created in Canva, which is no big deal. I'll show you tomorrow. Download it as an image, a JPEG or a PNG, and then it looks like this. And I can go back to MailChimp and I can import it as or upload it as I have uploaded these images. So let's go back to our campaign builder, it's called. So first of all, I would like to add a heading. So let's just do the heading here and let's call it stuff for free. Of course, you can change the font, you know the drill. I'm not going to fiddle it too much with that. You can change you can highlight some things, you can bold, you can italic, you can do whatever you want. Then I would like to have the image, so it's drag and drop as promised. So you click, you drag it in there, and then you can add the image on the left-hand side. You can even fiddle with the scaling. Maybe it's too big, too large. You can scale it down, but that you have to do a preview, and preferably, I found it very valuable to send the test email all the time until you are happy with what it looks like. And look at the mobile version as well. So I'm going to upload an image, and that image I will find. So just bear with me. I just have to find it here. I could not, oh no, it's over here. Couldn't do that beforehand because it loses the spot. There's one of my freebies that I've downloaded from Canva. So I click here, and as I said, you do not have to worry. Look at that. You do not have to worry about the designs in the free version of MailChimp. You can just go and design your own. Well, at this point in time, apart from an action button, because people won't be able to click there. So I need to remove that at least and put that link in my action button. But let's just go and do a preview quick. I don't think this looks bad at all. Stuff for free, maybe not a good heading, but in any case, and here it is, here it is, here it is. So why would I bring my Canva design into MailChimp? Because I want to take my audience, all my contacts, merge the two. It's one click. I'll show you right in the end, and it will send out this campaign as it is, what you see now, um, as a to all the people in your contacts list. Great. So all I need now is well, I can put a divider in, maybe, or a spacer. So just drag and drop. So there's a little bit space between my image and my logo at the bottom there. And there are many things that you can do around that as well, but we're just doing the basics. Maybe you want a paragraph in there to just write, feel free to, it's all frees and feels here, to contact us if you need more information. I'm just typing something, right? It's very tricky to type while you talk. Any case, oh, and then I definitely need my socials. I definitely need that. So I'm going to drag and drop that. It can be on top, it can be at the bottom, wherever you prefer. And then on the left-hand side, you can decide whether you want to have your Facebook link in here. So you will just slot it in there. If you have Instagram, you will just go grab your link on Facebook or on Instagram and go and paste it in here. And if you decide you don't have Elon Musk, or you're not an Elon Musk fan, you don't have a Twitter account, let's just delete it over here, and that social media icon will disappear. It will disappear in total. You can go to style and you can decide whether you want the icon and the text, or whether you just want the text. But I think sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Just the icon is more than enough. This is very blue. It might look a little bit dull, but okay. So last but not least, let's go and add our button. So we grab it over here. We may even put it in here. Oops, one down. So let's go and move the block. Move the block. Okay, now it's there where I don't want it. Oh, maybe it looks good. Yeah, maybe it's not that bad. Actually, it's not that bad. When people click on that button, it's called a call to action. We want them to click on there. So maybe it's a good idea that it's right on top. And you can fiddle with the text. So click here to visit the shop. Whatever you please. You can even change the color, as you know, it will, or imagine it will be over here. So you can go and put in your that's pretty cool, pretty close to my it's only changed the border pretty close to my branding colors. That's what I'm trying to say. So I go to my shop on my website. I grab my and copy my link. I go back to my campaign builder. I click over here and I paste it. And then I go and preview. Or maybe I don't really want to exit. I just want to save it. Okay, but I don't have to save now. Let's go and do a preview. So this is now a little bit more info. I have stuff for free there. I can even change the coloring if I want. I click here to visit the shop, and it will go and open a new tab in my browser that I'm busy viewing this campaign or marketing brochure, and it will take them straight to my shop. I hope you guys are very excited. It's pity I can't see your faces. I would have loved to do that. Then I have to fiddle a bit on this design of mine, because visit the online shop is not applicable here because the link is not applicable. So I can take that out, or I can maybe just take the link out because the link is already here in my action button. Here's a little bit of text on the text block that I've inserted. Here is the heading on the heading block that I've inserted. Here are my social media icons with the links. Okay, I did not put it in, but you can imagine once I put it in and I click on there, it will open in a new tab. It won't take them away from the campaign. It will open in a new tab and it will take them straight to your Facebook or your Instagram pages. There is the logo, which I can move a little bit down if I like, or maybe at the bottom, wherever I please to have it. And here is the standard message and an option for them to unsubscribe. So let me show you what that looks like. Once they click on unsubscribe, so in the preview, all the links are active. It gives them SCA, computer software training and support. We're sorry to see you go. Enter your email address to unsubscribe, and it will definitely unsubscribe them in your list, or in your campaign, in your contacts list. So there it is. Let's see what it, oops, no. Let's just go out and do a preview again. Okay, there you go. Let's just look at a mobile version of this. So it actually condensed that design of yours. There are your buttons. There's everything. Where's my oh, there's my call to action button. And there's my unsubscribe option as well. Very important that you have it there. But don't you worry. It will definitely be in by default when you use this. Let's go and look at view this email in the browser. Let's go and see what this will look like. It looks like it won't open it because it actually is in a browser. Okay, so sorry, I can't show you that. So let's go back to the desktop version. There you go. And let's just go and close this. Before I close it, this won't show. This right-hand side won't show on the client's campaign. It will just, yeah, that's actually why I wanted to show you this, but I can't do it now. So it will just show this part, only that. It will be sent to your recipients list. So all those 3 contacts that I have, it will say it comes from Caroline. You can go and change that. Definitely. You can put in the subject, and then the text, of course, is previewed on the left-hand side at this point in time. Cool. So now that you have your design done, you can play around with some of the others on the left-hand side. But I think those are the ones that is definitely in any case for free. And honestly, I don't think we need more than that for now to get us started. Absolutely lovely options to have. So let's go and close and exit this. And then you'll notice now you're ready. Now this is what they will see, definitely. And you can change over here. It will send it to all 3 recipients. You can also at this point in time choose that some of the people don't get it for obvious or non-obvious reasons. You can change over here. You can put in your surname, or you can just go and put in SCA. It will be sent, oops, it's not in capitals. I'm not going to worry too much about that now. No, I can't do this. SCA, I save it. That's the email address I'm using for this, specially designed or created. Then the subject line, I can also put in here, um, let's go, oh, no, not in capitals. I mentioned that yesterday. Let's go for some freebies. Now, let's go for a freebie. Let's rather say that. And then you can have the preview text showing if you like, but I don't think that looks quite good. So I'm going to save that. And this is the beauty of everything. You can decide when you want to schedule this. Unfortunately, it used to be a free option, but it is not free anymore. So that's quite an option to consider, to go for not the free plan, because then you can create the campaign today or tonight, not send it out tonight because it will just be end up in the inbox quite at the bottom, and schedule it like you can schedule your Facebook ads, your LinkedIn post, schedule it for a time that you know people has already started their day, looked at their emails, and your email will come in, let's say 10 o'clock in the morning, which is, according to Esty, a very good, those of you who know Esty, a very good time to post on LinkedIn to receive things because people is already settled in and maybe had their third cup of coffee ready. So yeah, so once you, let's just change that to sent. Once you have everything in here, they will tell you exactly if there are any problems. So, for example, telling me now that you still have to enable your social cards. So your links for your Facebook and your link for your Instagram. So I have to go back and do that. And once I've done that, this is the link of the freebie that you're sending out. And you can even take that link and post it connected to your social media, and it will put that link onto your social media. But that's not for today. Before you send it out, I strongly recommend that you test it once again. Test it and preview it. You can even finish it later if you're not done yet and maybe looking for some information that you don't have. But once you're ready and once everything is done, MailChimp will help you with that and remind you. Then the send button will be available and you can click on it, and 3 emails will go out automatically, not through your Outlook, through MailChimp, and it will be sent to each of those people as if sent to them individually. There is an option definitely where it ends up in the spam, but that you can also see in the analytics. Right, so let's just go back here and let's just go back to our very first page. So go and have a look at the analytics. It will show you on each and every campaign. It will show you what has been clicked on, what not. Let me just try and get out of here. There you go. Here it is. It will tell you so many has been sent, so many has been opened. That happens, only 30%, and only 24 of them clicked on that action button, and then 10% has unsubscribed. And it will even compare that with your previous campaign if that is a better go this time around, and you can imagine what you can change, maybe the wording or whatever else. That's a story totally on its own.